Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network is brought to you by Budweiser, GCS Credit Union, U.S. Bank, and Pepsi. Now let's send it to the ballpark. Here's Nate Gatter and TJ Weber.
Good evening, Grizzlies fans. Welcome into GCS Credit Union Ballpark here on the Grizzlies Media Network. TJ Weber with you on the broadcast. We're live from GCS here on the Budweiser pregame show. As a reminder from Budweiser, designate a driver and enjoy the good times. Grizzlies get some few days off for the All-Star break as they have won 4 straight going back to the second sweep of the season against the Washington Wild Things back on July 7th, 8th, and 9th. Won 3-2, 7-2, and 2-1 in extra innings to end the first half of the season. They've had a few days off. Now we'll take on the Evansville Otters tonight. Grizzlies now 16-36, but a 4-game winning streak, hoping to turn things around quickly in the second half of the season. And the Evansville Otters 29-21. They have won 3 straight and are currently in second in the West Division here in the Frontier League. Coming up in the second half of the season, should be fun. Give you all the action coming up next. This is Gateway Grizzlies Baseball, and this is the Gateway Grizzlies Media Network.
On the Grizzlies Media Network.
At her last birthday party, we had 12 kids and a clown in a 2-bedroom apartment, playing pin the tail on my throw pillows. This year, we have a backyard.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank can help make it possible. Visit a U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/mortgage, or call 855-434-HOME to learn more. U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Mortgage loans subject to credit approval. Interest rates and program terms are subject to change. Deposit and mortgage products are offered by U.S. Bank National Association, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
A Budweiser, a burger, and Thomas Rhett.
When you wake up in a different city every day, there's a comfort in being able to count on something familiar. And for me, that's a Budweiser and a burger. Los Angeles, Chicago, El Paso, big or small, loud or quiet, a Bud and a burger remind me who I am and to keep doing my thing. They take me back home. The best way to get my friends and family over to my house is to tell them that I'm about to grill some burgers and drink some Bud. Nothing fancy, nothing forced, no lights, no noise, no backstage pass required. That's a Budweiser and a burger. Cheers. This Bud's for you.
Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're listening to Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Welcome back inside GCS Credit Union Ballpark. TJ back with you on the Budweiser pregame show. As a reminder from Budweiser, designate a driver and enjoy the good times. Grizzlies come into this ball game 16-36 this season, trying to start the second half of the season strong. Have a 4-game winning streak at the moment. They'll take on the Evansville Otters, 29-21 this season. They're second in the Western Division at the moment. The umpires are starting to walk towards home plate here at GCS. We'll have baseball for you in just a matter of about 5 minutes. Nate Gatter will bring you the starting lineups coming up next. First, let's let you know who's in the pitching matchup tonight. Grizzlies have the right-handed ace Vince Molesky going, who was the player of the week in the Frontier League last week, right before the All-Star break. Just did a great job of continuing to just demand his fastball and going really strong overall. He's 2-5 now this season, 4.22 ERA through 9 starts. Last start went 8 innings against Washington, near his hometown. Got no earned runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts for the Grizzlies righty, hoping to continue that success through tonight. He'll face against the righty Felix Baez, the San Juan, Puerto Rico native. Appeared in 10 games and made 5 starts for Evansville last season. Finished 1-0 with a 3.94 ERA in 32 innings on the mound and struck out 38 batters. Baez also played for the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Later played for the Indios de Mayagüez in the Puerto Rican Winter League, as he will try to stop Vince Molesky and the Grizzlies tonight. Grizzlies on a 4-game winning streak, and at the moment the Otters on a 3-game winning streak. Baez this season 3-4 record, 4.20 ERA through 10 starts with Evansville. Last outing he had a loss, actually a no decision, but a 3-2 loss for the Evansville Otters against Lake Erie back on July 4th. Went 6 1/3 innings pitched, gave up no runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. He has given up just 2 earned runs in the past 3 starts combined. So it should be interesting to see what these two have in store. Two great overall righties in both of these pitching rotations. Obviously, we talk about how Evansville is a consistently, powerful offensive presence. And again, the Grizzlies with 318 going to left field and 381 to right center. It's one of those ballparks at GCS that you talk about with a lot of people coming in here and either cannot hit home runs and you can't get over that 16-foot wall in left field, or can go on, 4 or 5 in a row and you can possibly see something going. So if you hit a home run, once or twice in the first couple innings, Grizzlies have given up a lot of long balls in the early innings, and especially a lot of early leads. It could be kind of a disaster for the Grizzlies to start off the second half of the season. However, this is a new roster than what we saw on opening day. A lot of new players, a lot of new infielders as well, using a lot of their power. Jack Hranek has now taken over the first base position outright after Craig Massoni was traded to the Southern Illinois Miners a few weeks ago. He's kind of starting to come into his own. You got a couple newcomers as well. The newcomer who is not starting tonight, but will hopefully see some action sometime in this series, Ramon Azuna, the rookie too from Malden, South Carolina. Hopefully will make his Frontier League debut here this weekend. Formerly of the Rome Braves and the A affiliate of the Atlanta Braves. Hope to make a big impact tonight. We'll get you the starting lineups and all that coming up next. This is Gateway Grizzlies Baseball, and this is the Gateway Grizzlies Media Network.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. A little design that expresses something fun and unique. Pepsi has literally hundreds of different ones. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi. And tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Because every Pepsi emoji says something a little different about you. Whether you're a big sports fan, you're into the arts, love summer fun, music concerts, or just walking your dog, Pepsi has you covered with a Pepsi emoji that says it just the right way. Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
You're listening to the Budweiser Pregame Show on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Welcome back inside GCS Credit Union Ballpark. TJ Weber with you on the broadcast on the Grizzlies Media Network. We have baseball coming your way in just a couple minutes. Grizzlies intro video being announced. Let's get those starting lineups to you as we promised. First for the visiting Evansville Honors in right field, number 10, Brandon Sote, the lefty, will lead off. Batting second is Josh Allen. He'll be at second. Another lefty, Dane Phillips, will be behind the plate. He'll bat third. Batting fourth, Alejandro Segovia will be at first base. Batting fifth, John Schultz will be in left field. Jeff Gardner, the DH, will be batting sixth. Chris Sweeney, the center fielder, will bat seventh. Batting eighth will be Chris Rio Pedre. He'll be at shortstop. And batting ninth will be Nick Walker. He's at third base, and of course Felix Baez, the righty, is on the mound, giving up just 2 earned runs in his last 3 starts combined. And for your Gateway Grizzlies, leading off will be Matt Hearn. He's at second base. Dan Holst, the lefty, will be out in left field. He bats second. Batting third will be Blake Brown. He's in right field. Terry McClure, the center fielder, will bat fourth. Jack Hranek, the lefty, at first base, will bat fifth. Batting sixth will be Joel McKeith, and he's at shortstop. Brian Lees, the catcher, will bat seventh. Evan Rogers will bat eighth and play third. Cody Livesey will be the DH tonight. He bats in the 9-hole spot. One last reminder from Budweiser, designated driver, and enjoy the great times. That'll do it for the Budweiser pregame show. When we return, baseball and Sauget coming up next. This is Gateway Grizzlies Baseball, and this is the Gateway Grizzlies Media Network.
At ServPro, no home is too big and no question is too small. So when fire or water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup team the insurance industry has trusted for more than 40 years at 1-800-ServPro and ServPro.com. That's where you'll find a team of specialists that's faster to any size disaster. So when the things matter most are on the line, make sure we are too by calling 1-800-ServPro or visiting ServPro.com, helping make fire and water damage like it never happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
The renovators know where to put a wall, a window, a room. Most importantly, the renovators know what they want, and that's the most admirable skill of all.
A home equity line of credit from U.S. Bank could help make your house the home you've always wanted. Visit a U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/dreambig, or call 800-209-BANK. U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Some restrictions may apply, subject to credit approval. Mortgage and home equity products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The Grizzlies Baseball Academy at GCS Ballpark is where tomorrow's stars train today. We specialize in professional baseball instruction and offer group, semi-private, and private lessons taught by experienced instructors and the most realistic hitting experience you'll find, the Pro Batter PX2. The Pro Batter PX2 features a multi-pitch machine with synchronized video display to simulate live Major League quality pitching. To schedule your lesson, call 618-781-8170 or visit GrizzliesBaseballAcademy.com. That's 618-781-8170 or GrizzliesBaseballAcademy.com.
Budweiser presents an important message about friendship.
You and me, we were made for love. A lifetime is not long enough to show you what you mean to me. Ooh, I'll be waiting here for you when you come home to me.
I'll see you later, buddy.
Budweiser knows your friends are counting on you. So, we want you to remember to make a plan to make it home every time you go out. Do whatever it takes to get home safely. Call a friend, arrange for a cab, or designate a driver. Because friends are waiting.
Hey, I'm sorry. I decided I shouldn't drive home last night. I stayed at Dave's.
When you come home,
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown is the place where baseball legends live forever. It's where the exciting moments of today stand along the iconic tales of the past. With new exhibits and artifacts telling incredible stories, the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a must-see destination for fans of all ages. Baseball in Cooperstown. Oh my! Plan your visit today. Check out baseballhall.org.
At her last birthday party, we had 12 kids and a clown in a 2-bedroom apartment, playing pin the tail on my throw pillows. This year, we have a backyard.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank can help make it possible. Visit a U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/mortgage, or call 855-434-HOME to learn more. U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Mortgage loans subject to credit approval. Interest rates and program terms are subject to change. Deposit and mortgage products are offered by U.S. Bank National Association, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The Grizzlies Baseball Academy at GCS Ballpark is where tomorrow's stars train today. We specialize in professional baseball instruction and offer group, semi-private, and private lessons taught by experienced instructors and the most realistic hitting experience you'll find, the Pro Batter PX2. The Pro Batter PX2 features a multi-pitch machine with synchronized video display to simulate live Major League quality pitching. To schedule your lesson, call 618-781-8170 or visit GrizzliesBaseballAcademy.com. That's 618-781-8170 or GrizzliesBaseballAcademy.com.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. A little design that expresses something fun and unique. Pepsi has literally hundreds of different ones. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh!
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi. And tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Because every Pepsi emoji says something a little different about you. Whether you're a big sports fan, you're into the arts, love summer fun, music concerts, or just walking your dog, Pepsi has you covered with a Pepsi emoji that says it just the right way. Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
At ServPro, no home is too big and no question is too small. So when fire or water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup team the insurance industry has trusted for more than 40 years at 1-800-ServPro and ServPro.com. That's where you'll find a team of specialists that's faster to any size disaster. So when the things matter most are on the line, make sure we are too by calling 1-800-ServPro or visiting ServPro.com, helping make fire and water damage like it never happened. Franchises are independently owned and operate.
A Budweiser, a burger, and Thomas Rhett.
When you wake up in a different city every day, there's a comfort in being able to count on something familiar. And for me, that's a Budweiser and a burger. Los Angeles, Chicago, El Paso, big or small, loud or quiet, a Bud and a burger remind me who I am and to keep doing my thing. They take me back home. The best way to get my friends and family over to my house is to tell them that I'm about to grill some burgers and drink some Bud. Nothing fancy, nothing forced, no lights, no noise, no backstage pass required. That's a Budweiser and a burger. Cheers. This Bud's for you.
Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're listening to Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network.
And a long-graded celebration of patriotism here at GCS Credit Union Ballpark in Sauget. The national anthem is finished, and we'll have baseball in just a minute. Step away one more time. Be right back in a moment. This is Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. A little design that expresses something fun and unique. Pepsi has literally hundreds of different ones. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi. And tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Because every Pepsi emoji says something a little different about you. Whether you're a big sports fan, you're into the arts, love summer fun, music concerts, or just walking your dog, Pepsi has you covered with a Pepsi emoji that says it just the right way. Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Now back to the ballpark on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Back at GCS Credit Union Ballpark in Sauget, where we're almost ready for baseball here this evening on a Friday night here in the Metro East. Ready to get set again for the second half of the regular season. The Grizzlies, in effect, are past the halfway mark. They've played 52 games already this year, but if you count the All-Star break as some sort of divider, we're coming out of that 4-day break from Monday through Thursday. All-Star game on Wednesday night. The East Division triumphed over the West by a final score of 4-1. Blake Brown had a couple of hits representing the Grizzlies, including a double. Mike Elwood and Javier Reynoso both pitched the Grizzlies 3 All-Stars. Let's get the lineup for the Evansville Otters here tonight. Brandon Sote leads off. He's in right field, followed by the second baseman Josh Allen. Dane Phillips bats third, the catcher, followed by Alejandro Segovia at first base as the cleanup man. John Schultz hitting fifth. He's in left field, followed by Jeff Gardner, the DH. Center fielder Chris Sweeney hits seventh. Christopher Rio Pedre is at shortstop, batting in the number 8 spot. And ninth is Nick Walker. He's at third base. The Grizzlies have Matt Hearn, Dan Holst, Blake Brown, Terry McClure, Jack Haranek, Joel McKeithen, Brian Lees, Evan Rogers, and Cody Livesey making his return after a hip flexor injury. He is the DH. Vince Molesky is on the mound for Gateway, 6'3", 205-pound right-hander from Montoursville, Pennsylvania, coming off a very impressive start in a home state of PA. In the Pittsburgh suburbs in Washington, about 4 hours away from Montoursville in the Williamsport area. He threw 8 shutout innings against the Wild Things, allowed only 2 hits, struck out 7, and walked 2 in a no decision. The right-hander ready. He winds at his first pitch. The lefty Brandon Sote takes a fastball down the middle for strike 1, and we're underway at 7:15 here in Sauget. Temperature is 88 degrees, mostly sunny. Wind had been blowing out to center field. Now it's settled down a bit. Here's the wind and Vince's 0-1 delivery. Sote shoots one foul on the left side into the screen over the Otters dugout on the third base side. And the count goes to 0-2 on Sote. This year batting .268. He has 6 home runs and 25 RBIs in 41 games as an Otter. Molesky works from the middle of the rubber and his 2-strike offering. So it waves and misses at a breaking ball in the dirt. Strike 3. Brian Lees had to put the tag on him, but so did not try to run down to first. All Grizzly strikeouts brought to you by Julie, the Illinois one-call system. Know what's below before you dig. Always call Julie at 811 or visit IllinoisOneCall.com. So the base is empty with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Just underway, scoreless ball game. And Evansville's all-star second baseman Josh Allen settles into the right-hand batter's box. Molesky kicks and his first pitch. Allen takes a fastball at the knees for a strike. Reigning Frontier League MVP, batting .299 this year in all 50 Otters games. 6 homers, 24 batted in. Now the 0-1 pitch. Allen rips one into left field. Holst started in. He backpedals now. It's over his head and it one-hops against the wall. Allen digging for second. Here's Holst's throw. It's cut off by McKeithen and there is no play. Should have been an out. Dan Holst took 2 or 3 hard steps in and the ball went sailing over his head. Instead, it's a 1-out double for Josh Allen, his 5th 2-bagger of the year. Let's meet the rest of the Grizzlies defense. Holst in left field, Terry McClure in center, Blake Brown is in right. Evan Rogers mans the hot corner with Joel McKeithen at shortstop, Matt Hearn over at second base, and Jack Karanik at first. Brian Lees gets his 3rd straight start behind the plate, catching for Molesky. Now the pitch to Dane Phillips. He takes at the knees for ball 1. Tom Swoboda didn't like that one. He's behind the plate. Steve Bartelstein is on the bases. McKeithen playing well over toward the second base bag with Phillips, a left-handed batter at the plate, and Allen at second. Here's the pitch. Dane takes again just low. 2 balls and no strikes. McKeithen able to keep Allen honest. Josh runs pretty well. He has 9 steals this year in 13 tries, leading the Otters. Molesky from the stretch. Here it is. Phillips checks his swing and takes a slider low. 3 balls and no strikes. Hitting .326 this year. Evansville's catcher has 9 homers, 30 RBIs. He was an all-star. Started the game behind the plate for the West Division. Made it to the finals of the Home Run Derby on Tuesday night. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 4. And Phillips has a 1-out walk. 2 Otters on. 1 out here in the top of the first. No score. Phillips in the end came in 3rd behind Jordan Brower of Florence, and the eventual winner, his teammate, Jeff Gardner, who's the DH tonight for the Otters. He's hitting in the 6-hole. Now the cleanup man, Alejandro Segovia, another Evansville All-Star. Numbers 2 through 6 in this order all went to the All-Star game in Joliet representing the Otters. John Schultz on deck, Jeff Gardner, the DH in the hole, the final 2. First pitch slider over the outside corner for a strike. And the count 0-1 on the big right-hand batting Alejandro Segovia. Hitting .254 this year, 9 homers, 29 batted in. Molesky from the belt, and the pitch. Segovia lifts one out of play on the right side. 0-2 on Alejandro. Just underway, no score in the top of the first inning. Molesky works from slightly on the third base side of the rubber. He straightens and sets. A look to second. And he comes to the plate. Segovia rolls one to short. Should be two. McKeithen flips to second. Hearns relay in plenty of time. A 6-4-3 double play, and the Grizzlies are out of the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, one man left. We go to the home half of the first inning. Evansville nothing, and Gateway coming up here on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Budweiser presents an important message about friendship.
You and me, we were made for love. A lifetime is not long enough to show you what you mean to me. Ooh, I'll be waiting here for you when you come home to me.
I'll see you later, buddy.
Budweiser knows your friends are counting on you. So, we want you to remember to make a plan to make it home every time you go out. Do whatever it takes to get home safely. Call a friend, arrange for a cab, or designate a driver. Because friends are waiting.
Hey, I'm sorry. I decided I shouldn't drive home last night. I stayed at Dave's.
When you come
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown is the place where baseball legends live forever. It's where the exciting moments of today stand along the iconic tales of the past. With new exhibits and artifacts telling incredible stories, the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a must-see destination for fans of all ages. Baseball in Cooperstown. Oh my! Plan your visit today. Check out baseballhall.org.
You're listening to Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Back at GCS Credit Union Ballpark in Sauget, we go to the last half of the first inning. Evansville nothing and Gateway nothing. Nate Gatter with you on a Friday evening here on the Grizzlies Media Network. Matt Hearn, Dan Holst, and Blake Brown due up in the home half of the first inning for Gateway against Evansville's 6'1", 205-pound right-hander Felix Baez out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. Baez is 3-4 with a 4.2 earned run average this year in 10 starts, 73 strikeouts in 55 2/3 innings. The wind and the first pitch. Hearn takes a tailing fastball outside. Baez likes to throw that two-seamer, but ball one here. 28 walks against those 73 strikeouts. 53 hits allowed by Baez in 55 2/3. Lefty Hearn waiting, and the 1-0 pitch. He takes a fastball at the knees for strike one. Matt riding a 13-game hitting streak at the moment, the longest for any Grizzly this year. Second longest active streak in the league, trailing only Southern Illinois' Craig Massey by a game. Now the 1-1. Hearn pops it up. Short left field toward the line. The shortstop Rio Pedre back. Now backpedaling into left field. Then he makes the rather awkward one-hand catch for the first out. Baez faced the Grizzlies once before, all the way back on May 21st. It was his second start of the year. Came at Bosse Field in Evansville, where these two teams played their first 6 games of the season series. Baez allowed 1 run on 3 hits over 6 innings, already an impressive start. He also struck out 14 Grizzlies. Here's the pitch to Dan Holst. Fastball over the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 on the Grizzlies left fielder. 14 strikeouts in only 6 innings. Only 4 outs recorded any other way. Now the 0-1 pitch. Hearn bounces it to shortstop. Rio Pedre charges, scoops a short third hop, and throws across his body for out number 2. 2 up and 2 down in the Gateway first. No score here in Sauget, and Blake Brown coming up. The Grizzlies' lone position player who represented Gateway at the All-Star game in Joliet on Wednesday night. Blake was 2 for 4 with a double. Also nearly made a spectacular throw from the warning track in right center field to nab a man trying to stretch A single into a double. Blake bobbled it for just a moment. His throw was spectacular. Righty on righty. Here's the first pitch. Brown takes a slow slider over the outside corner for a strike. Evansville has John Schultz in left field. Chris Sweeney in center. He has excellent range. Brendan Soda's in right. Baez winds and he lets it fly. Brown takes low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nick Walker gets the start at third base. First time the Grizzlies have seen him this season. Christopher Rio Pedre at short. Josh Allen at second and Alejandro Segovia at first with Dane Phillips doing the catching. Now the 1-1. Brown takes a good fastball just low. 2 balls and 1 strike on Blake. Hitting .302 this year, the only qualified Grizzly over 300. 10 homers, 40 batted in. And the pitch. Brown fouls it back. Big hack, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes on Blake, who hasn't had a home run now for almost 3 weeks. 14 games over that span. He has started all 53 games for the Grizzlies this season. Early on in the year, it was all DH. The first few weeks, he was dealing with a shoulder injury. Here's the 2-2. Slider bounces in, and the count is full. But over the last, certainly month and a half, if not 2 months, say month and a half, he's pretty much alternated DH and right field. Payoff pitch. Brown takes a good slider that breaks back over the middle of the plate for strike 3. First strikeout for Baez. Well off his pace, though, of when he struck out 14 in 6 innings his last outing. But he makes quick work of the Grizzlies here in the bottom of the first inning. We head to the second. Evansville nothing, Gateway nothing here on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Hit a home run with the Gateway Grizzlies MVP debit card. With your GCS Credit Union checking account, you can swipe your Grizzlies MVP debit card at the ballpark and receive 15% off purchases at Izzy's Den. You'll also receive buy 2 get 2 tickets free at the ticket window and 30% off purchases at Izzy's Den on a GCS sponsorship night. The Grizzlies MVP debit card is available exclusively at GCS Credit Union. Membership restrictions apply.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. A little design that expresses something fun and unique. Pepsi has literally hundreds of different ones. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi. And tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Because every Pepsi emoji says something a little different about you. Whether you're a big sports fan, you're into the arts, love summer fun, music concerts, or just walking your dog, Pepsi has you covered with a Pepsi emoji that says it just the right way. Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
You're listening to Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Evansville nothing and Gateway nothing as we go to the top of the second inning here in Sauget. Nate Gatter back with you on the Grizzlies Media Network. 6'3" right-hander Vince Molesky toes the rubber against a left-hand batter John Schultz to start for the Otters. And the pitch. Schultz takes a tailing fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Evansville. Jeff Gardner and Chris Sweeney to follow the veteran John Schultz. In left field here this evening for Evansville. And the pitch. Schultz takes a fastball, this time over the outer half, a little bit inside from the corner. But he let it go just the same in the count 0-2. Schultz hitting .342 this year at 42 games. 5 homers, 34 RBIs. And the pitch. Schultz lifts a fly ball into medium deep right. Blake Brown takes a couple of choppy steps to his right. He's underneath it and makes the catch. 1 man gone here in the Evansville second. Vince Molesky struck out Brandon Sote to start at the top of the first, then allowed a double to Josh Allen. In fairness, it's a ball Dan Holst would tell you he probably should have caught. Dane Phillips then walked, and Alejandro Segovia bounced into a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. And generally for Vince, certainly this season, but even his whole career with the Grizzlies, this being his 3rd year here in Gateway, The first inning gives him the most trouble. Righty on lefty. Now the pitch to Jeff Gardner. Takes a fastball at the knees for a strike. Gardner, the DH, leads the league with 13 homers this year to go with his .272 average and 41 batted in. Also won the home run derby. No surprise there. Took that crown Tuesday night in Joliet. And the pitch. Gardner takes a little outside. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Neither team yet on the board here in the top of the second inning. Gardner waiting in his open stance. Turning the bat around and the pitch. Check swing on a changeup. Did he go? No. Looked like it was probably a strike anyway, but I think old Tom Swoboda might have been a little bit distracted by the check swing. They count 2 balls and 1 strike. But when Vince gets through the first inning unscathed, watch out. Here's his 2-1. Fastball high and wide. 3 balls and a strike on Gardner. Mentioned that Molesky threw 8 shutout innings his last start, only 2 hits allowed in Washington. Back in his home state where he started 3 times in his career to an earned run average just over 1. And the pitch. Gardner lifts a fly ball high into right field, but not all that deep. Brown has room, jogs in now in front of the track, and makes the catch. So 2 men out on a player of fly balls to right field. Chris Sweeney coming up with 2 gone in the Evansville second inning and nobody on base. Molesky in the start before that went 5 innings, only 1 run on 2 hits against River City on his return from the disabled list. He missed almost 3 weeks, but he's been very good since his return. Generally, with the exception of that start against River City, he's been much better on the road so far this season. Here's the pitch. Sweeney waves and misses at a slider. Strikeout prone Evansville center fielder. Batting .257 this year, a couple of homers and 9 RBIs in 19 games. He has 31 strikeouts against 5 walks in 19 games. Big, free-swinging, long-swinging righty. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss at a slider, 0-2. Don't have to change it up much against him. Molesky making his 9th start, his 6th here at home. In the prior 5, he has an earned run average of 5.77. In his 3 starts on the road, earned run average substantially lower. Here's the pitch. Sweeney takes a slider low and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Away from home, Vince's ERA is just 1.71 in 21 innings. ERA more than 4 runs lower than his 5.77 mark at home in 34 1/3 innings. Now the pitch. Slider low, 2-2. So granted, it's a smaller sample size on the road, but not by all that much. 35 innings against 21. And a 4-run difference. And that's more what you expect pitchers to be better on the road for the Grizzlies. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Sweeney bounces one toward third under the glove of a diving Evan Rogers into left field. A 2-out single for Sweeney, and Evansville has a man on. Just because of the dimensions of this ballpark here in Sauget, 318 down the left field line, 385 to center, and only 301 with a very short wall down the right field line. It's a hitter's park. No question about that, as much as certainly any in the Frontier League, maybe any in all of professional baseball. But as a staff, the Grizzlies have actually been much better here at home. Gateway has a 4.5 earned run average at home, 5.2 on the road, almost a full run difference. First pitch fastball lifted into right field by Christopher Rio Pedre. Brown drifts back to the track, but he has room and makes the one-hand catch to retire the side. 3 flyouts to right field with a 2-out single mixed in. We go to the home half of the second inning, still scoreless here in Sauget on the Grizzlies Media Network.
GCS Credit Union offers Kasasa Cash Back, a free checking account that gives you cash back on all of your debit card purchases, not just on gas or groceries or restaurants. There are no points and no category restrictions, just pure cash back. You also get ATM fee refunds nationwide, and there is no minimum balance required to earn rewards. None of that, you must have $5,000 in the account to qualify business. Qualifications and rules apply. See financial institution for details. Member NCUA insured.
The Illinois Corn Marketing Board is working to build demand and improve corn farmer profitability 24/7, 365. The Corn Marketing Board is investing your corn checkoff dollars in programs of work designed to build demand for your Illinois corn. Your corn checkoff work includes ethanol market expansion, locks and dams improvements, foreign market development, and public education. Your corn checkoff is working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Find out more about your corn checkoff at ilcorn.org today. A message from the Illinois Corn Marketing.
Hi, this is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run.
Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Now back to the ballpark on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Scoreless as we go to the home half of the second here in Sauget. Nate Gatter back with you on the Grizzlies Media Network. Terry McClure leads off for Gateway. Righty on righty against Felix Baez. And the pitch. Fastball tip foul at the plate. Caught Dane Phillips, the Otters catcher, behind the plate, and he takes a little walk out in front of the dish. Evansville manager Andy McCauley out of the third base dugout along with the training staff to check on his all-star catcher. No runs on 2 hits and no errors for Evansville. The Otters have left a man at second in the first inning and one at first in the second inning. Even Doc Brooks is out of the Otters dugout now on the third base side. Kind of surprised. I can't think of any other team that travels with a team doctor in addition to a trainer. And with as often as Doc comes out on the field, I wonder why you even have the trainer there. But regardless, they're checking on Dane Phillips' right arm. I think it hit him around the right shoulder area, maybe the bicep. Jack Haranek and Joel McKeithen are scheduled to follow Gateway. No runs, no hits, and no errors for the Grizzlies. Pop up a ground out and a strikeout in the 1-2-3 inning for Felix Baez, who now is forced to stand around a little bit. Well, Dane Phillips is checked on, but I think he's going to stay in the ball game. Appears to be all right. He is going to stay in there. The Evansville posse makes its way back to the dugout. And we're ready to play ball again. McClure this year hitting .259 in 46 games. 3 home runs, 24 RBIs. But he was only 1 out of 9 against Washington in the last series for the Grizzlies, rather. Pitch misses low, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 2-run single was a big one in the series opener, put the Grizzlies up for good. And the pitch. McClure takes a slider low and away. 2 balls and a strike. Gateway took that ball game by a final score of 3-2. McClure's single came in the 7th, put Gateway up 3-1 at the time. And the pitch. Fastball low, 3 balls and a strike on Terry, who does not walk often. Only 6 walks for McClure in 46 games against 39 strikeouts. Baez winds and the 3-1. McClure lines one into center field. Well hit, but pretty much right at Sweeney. Backpedals a couple of steps and makes the one-hand catch. 1 away here in the Gateway second inning, but the first hard-hit ball off of Felix Baez for the Grizzlies here this evening. Gateway hasn't needed much run support lately. Over this 4-game winning streak, Grizzlies pitchers have an earned run average under 1. Left-hander Haranek at the plate now against the righty Baez. He kicks and throws. Jack takes a fastball over the outside corner for a strike. The Grizzlies have allowed 5 runs, only 4 earned over the last 4 games. And their most recent game last Sunday went extra innings. Now the pitch. Haranek tips it back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. So then for ERA purposes, it counts as a game and a third. It went to 12 innings. So an ERA under 1 on the winning streak. And that was closer to the story last season. Here's the pitch. Haranek takes down low, a ball and 2 strikes on the Grizzlies' big first baseman. He's hitting .234 this year in 21 games, 3 homers, 6 RBIs. 1-2 delivery on the way. Hranek pops it foul on the left side, out of play. Still a ball and 2 strikes with 1 out, nobody on, in a scoreless ball game here in the Gateway second. But last season, the Grizzlies rarely needed more than 4 runs to win a ball game. They were 34-11 when they scored 4 or more runs last season. Baez winds and lets it fly again. Hranek lifts one into left field, pretty well hit. John Schultz fades back into his left, slows in front of the track, and makes the catch. 2 men up, 2 men down on flyouts for Gateway here in the second inning. 34-11 in 2016 with 4 runs or more. This year the Grizzlies are 11-14 with 4 more runs. Two outs and the base is clear for Joel McKeithen, right-hand batting shortstop. Righty Baez works from the third base side of the rubber, and he pitches. McKeithen takes a belt-high slider for strike 1. Joel in his 13th game with the Grizzlies. He's hitting .341 since he signed back on June 25th after starting the year with Southern Illinois. Takes a slider high and tight this time, 1 ball and 1 strike. 7 doubles and a home run in 12 games. More than half of his 14 hits have gone for extra bases. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss at a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He's also driven in 6. 4 out of 13 with 3 doubles, 1 in each game in the 3-game series last weekend in Washington. 1-2 offering on the way. Slider backs up high and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Joel. Restarting the season after the 4-day All-Star break. Gateway riding a season-long 4-game winning streak. The Grizzlies come in at 16-36. Only 8-20 here in Sauget. 8-16 on the road. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. McKeithen just tipped it perhaps, but ended up in the glove of Dane Phillips regardless. Second strikeout for Baez. He's retired all 6 Grizzlies he's faced. And we go to the 3rd inning. Gateway and Evansville still scoreless here on the Grizzlies Media Network.
At ServPro, no home is too big and no question is too small. So when fire or water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup team the insurance industry has trusted for more than 40 years at 1-800-ServPro and ServPro.com. That's where you'll find a team of specialists that's faster to any size disaster. So when the things matter most are on the line, make sure we are too by calling 1-800-ServPro or visiting ServPro.com, helping make fire and water damage like it never happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
The renovators know where to put a wall, a window, a room. Most importantly, the renovators know what they want, and that's the most admirable skill of all.
A home equity line of credit from U.S. Bank could help make your house the home you've always wanted. Visit a U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/dreambig, or call 800-209-BANK. U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Some restrictions may apply, subject to credit approval. Mortgage and home equity products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown is the place where baseball legends live forever. It's where the exciting moments of today stand along the iconic tales of the past. With new exhibits and artifacts telling incredible stories, the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a must-see destination for fans of all ages. Baseball in Cooperstown. Oh my! Plan your visit today. Check out baseballhall.org.
You're listening to Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Two innings gone here at GCS Credit Union Ballpark in Sauget. Evansville nothing and Gateway nothing as we go to the top of the 3rd. 9-1-2 due up for the Otters. Nick Walker, Brandon Soden, and Josh Allen against Gateway right-hander Vince Molesky. Here's the wind and the first pitch. Fastball runs inside, nearly hit Nick Walker. But the count 1-0 on the Otters right-hand batting third baseman. Molesky works from the middle of the rubber. He gets his sign from Brian Lees. He kicks and throws. Walker waves and misses at a belt-high fastball, 1-1. Hitting .333 this year in 14 games for Evansville. No homers, couple of doubles. and 5 RBIs. Molesky has his sign, and the 1-1 pitch. Fastball over the outside corner for a called strike 2. Vince has allowed a double in the first inning, a single in the second, and a walk. Couple of men left on. He induced an inning-ending double play in the first inning. Now the pitch. Walker chops it foul off his foot, and the count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. No runs on a couple of hits for Evansville, no errors. No runs, no hits, no errors for Gateway. The Grizzlies have gone 6 up and 6 down in the first 2 frames against Evansville right-hander Felix Baez. Walker waiting, flexing the bat over his right shoulder. Vince dangles his right arm. Now winds, and the 1-2 again. Slider low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gateway trying to make it a 5-game winning streak this season. The Grizzlies have not won more than 3 before this current streak. They're up to 4 now. 2-2 delivery on the way. Slider low and away again, and the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Brandon Soto on deck, then Josh Allen, the top of the Evansville order, those 2. Nobody on and nobody out for Walker, getting his first plate appearance of the evening and the series. Here's the pitch. Nick drives one into deep left center field. Long run for McClure, back into his right. He's at the track. It's over his head and short hops the wall. Walker digs into second. He takes a turn but throws on the brakes, staggering in the first 10 feet past second and retreating to the bag. A leadoff double for Walker, the second extra base hit for Evansville. The Otters have a man in scoring position to start the top of the 3rd. So here's Brandon Sote. He struck out his first time to lead off the ball game. The only strikeout for Molesky, who goes back to the stretch. He's faced only 4 batters. Make it 5 batters out of the 9 from the windup to start this ball game. Left-hand batting right fielder Sote, flexing the bat and the pitch. Sote waves and misses at a changeup below his knees. That one had a lot of drop to it. And they count 0-1. First of a 3-game series. Another 7:05 first pitch tomorrow night. We'll be back on the air at 6:50 for the Budweiser pregame show. Here's the pitch. So takes just low, looking for the outside corner at the knees. The count 1 ball and 1 strike. Diego Ibarra goes for Evansville, a right-hander, against Will Anshaft. A Gateway righty, 3-4 this year. Ibarra is 1-2. Here's the 1-1. Tails outside. 2-1 on Sote. The wind is picked up again just a touch, blowing out towards center field, about 5 to 10 miles an hour. On a warm but pleasant evening here in the Metro East, just about 10 minutes from downtown St. Louis in Sauget, Illinois. From the belt, Vince looks to second and throws. Sote fouls it back, 2-2. Nick Walker at second base in a scoreless ball game here in the top of the 3rd. And remember how important that first run has been for the Grizzlies this year. They haven't surrendered it at any point on this 4-game winning streak, and that's not all that surprising. Just 3-27 this year when they concede first. And the pitch. Sote lifts a breaking ball into deep left center, not as deep as Walker's. McClure back into his right, makes the catch. Walker tags and heads for 3rd. Terry's throw is well offline, and Walker slides in without a tag. So Evansville has Nick Walker at 3rd base with 1 out, and Josh Allen coming up trying to give the Otters that first lead. Once again, Gateway only 3-27 when allowing the first run, but the Grizzlies are 13-9 when they score first, including all 4 games on this winning streak. So 1 gone here in the top of the 3rd inning. Evansville's reigning Frontier League MVP, Josh Allen, at the plate, who has hit very well against the Grizzlies. He had a double his first time up, out to left field. Infield is in on the corners, especially Evan Rogers, even with the bag, or perhaps a small step inside of it at 3rd. Here's the pitch. Allen takes a slider for a generous strike 1 in the neighborhood of the outside corner. Joe McKeithen at short and Matt Hearn at second are deep. Hearn is all the way back a couple of feet into right center field. Molesky sets, and the 1-strike pitch. Allen rolls a slider foul on the left side into the fencing in front of the Otters dugout. And the count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Josh Allen. Molesky leans in for the sign, glove tucked against his left hip. He has it from Brian Lees. And the pitch. Check swing on a slider low and away, and Allen takes it for ball 1. Nobody on the board yet here, top half of the third, but Nick Walker, the potential first run of the ball game for Evansville, over at third. The pitch. Allen lifts it into shallow right center field. Blake Brown is to his right. He's underneath it. He makes the catch. Walker tags. Here's the throw from Brown. Not a great one. It comes up a little bit short, and Walker comes in to score. In the end, that ball carried a bit. I thought it was going to stick rather shallow, but the wind is blowing out a bit toward right center, especially when you get higher up there. And Brown caught it not deep, but in medium depth right center field. A much more difficult throw than it appeared it would be off the bat. But Nick Walker comes in on the sacrifice fly for Josh Allen. That's RBI number 25, and it's 1-0 Otters here in the top of the third inning. 2 outs and the base is empty for Dane Phillips. Left-hand batting catcher against the righty Molesky. And the pitch. Phillips fouls it straight back for strike 1. Phillips walked his first time up. 9 home runs this year. The 0-1. He rolls it foul to the backstop just on the first base side. No balls and 2 strikes the count. Phillips hits from a straightaway stance, maybe just a couple of inches open. Slow movement of the bat up and down over his shoulder. And the 0-2 from Molesky. Swinging a rollover bouncer to second base. Hearn scoops it up. He sidearms over to first, and the inning is over. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the home half of the third. Evansville 1 and Gateway nothing on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Hit a home run with the Gateway Grizzlies MVP debit card. With your GCS Credit Union checking account, you can swipe your Grizzlies MVP debit card at the ballpark and receive 15% off purchases at Izzy's Den. You'll also receive buy 2 get 2 tickets free at the ticket window and 30% off purchases at Izzy's Den on a GCS sponsorship night. The Grizzlies MVP debit card is available exclusively at GCS Credit Union. Membership restrictions apply.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. A little design that expresses something fun and unique. Pepsi has literally hundreds of different ones. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi. And tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Because every Pepsi emoji says something a little different about you. Whether you're a big sports fan, you're into the arts, love summer fun, music concerts, or just walking your dog, Pepsi has you covered with a Pepsi emoji that says it just the right way. Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Now back to the ballpark on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Evansville 1, Gateway nothing. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Nate Gatterbeck with you on the Grizzlies Media Network here on a Friday evening. Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network is brought to you by Budweiser. Reminder from Budweiser to designate a driver and enjoy the great times. Bottom third of the order due up for the Grizzlies. Brian Lees, Evan Rogers, and Cody Livesey. Against Felix Baez, 6'1", 205-pound righty for the Otters, who has retired all 6 Grizzlies he's faced. Pop-up, ground-out, strikeout, fly-out, strikeout in the first couple of innings. Right-hander against right-hander facing Lees. Baez winds and throws. Lees takes a fastball down low for ball 1. Brian hitting .333 in his first 8 games as a Grizzly. 3 out of 8 in the series against Washington. There's the 1-0 pitch. Lees takes a fastball over the outside corner for a called strike 1. Brian caught the final 2 games in that series, Saturday and Sunday, then the Forest Day All-Star break, so he's good to go here on this Friday evening. Baez 1-1. Lees tips it foul off of Dane Phillips behind the plate. Second time he's worn a foul tip. And of course, Brian Lees, his counterpart, can appreciate that difficulty. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lees had his first professional home run on Saturday. The wind and the pitch. Lees lifts one down the right field line, slicing toward the corner, but the right fielder sodas over toward the foul line and makes the catch for the first out. Lees sitting on a 7-game hitting streak. He did not hit in his first game as a Grizzly. He's hit in every single one since. So we'll see if he can keep that going later on in this ball game. Meanwhile, the Grizzlies are still looking for their first base runner. 7 up and 7 down for Felix Baez. Base is empty and 1 out here in the home half of the third. Gateway down 1-0. And the pitch to Evan Rogers. He takes a fastball just outside for ball 1. Right-hand batting third baseman. Hitting .237 this year. Now the 1-0 pitch. Swinging a foul back. Evan has 3 homers, 17 RBIs in his 44 games as a Grizzly. He was only 2 out of 11 in the series against Washington, but he managed to score 3 runs and drive in 4. Not bad with only a pair of hits. Baez kicks and delivers. Rogers waves and misses at a slider. Well out in front of that one, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Felix Baez has now allowed only 1 run over 8 2/3 innings against the Grizzlies this year with 16 strikeouts. 1-2 pitch. Check swing. Rogers went around. Strike 3. Second out here in the inning. Third strikeout in the game for Baez, the latter 2 swinging. And Cody Livesey coming up. He's taking his first at bat for the Grizzlies in over 3 weeks. Cody had played in 38 games for the Grizzlies in their first 40, but suffered a hip flexor injury to his left hip. Here's the pitch. Cody takes a belt-high fastball for strike 1, and now appearing in his first game since June 26th. Still working on an active 5-game hitting streak. .286 hitter, no homers, 8 batted in. Now the pitch. Livesey shoots it foul on the left side into the fencing hard in front of the Evansville dugout. Sends a couple of Otters flying, but the count 0-2. 31 strikeouts this year for Cody in 38 games against 29 walks. Impressive number, especially good for a leadoff man where he had been for most of the year. He takes a fastball down the middle, strike 3 called. Back-to-back strikeouts for Baez to end the frame. He has 4 through 3 perfect innings, 9 up and 9 down. We go to the 4th inning. TJ Weber will have it for you. Evansville 1 and Gateway 0 on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Budweiser presents an important message about friendship.
You and me, we were made for love. A lifetime is not long enough to show you what you mean to me. Ooh, I'll be waiting here for you when you come home to me.
I'll see you later, buddy.
Budweiser knows your friends are counting on you. So, we want you to remember to make a plan to make it home every time you go out. Do whatever it takes to get home safely. Call a friend, arrange for a cab, or designate a driver. Because friends are waiting.
Hey, I'm sorry. I decided I shouldn't drive home last night. I stayed at Dave's.
When you come
I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
This message is brought to you by your friends at Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown is the place where baseball legends live forever. It's where the exciting moments of today stand along the iconic tales of the past. With new exhibits and artifacts telling incredible stories, the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum is a must-see destination for fans of all ages. Baseball in Cooperstown. Oh my! Plan your visit today. Check out baseballhall.org.
You're listening to Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Welcome back inside GCS Credit Union Ballpark. TJ Weber with you on the broadcast, live from the Grizzlies Media Network. Going to the top of the fourth inning, Grizzlies trail the Evansville Otters 1-0. Vince Molesky still on the mound for Gateway thus far. Will face 4, 5, and 6. Segovia, Schultz, and Jeff Gardner. Full wind-up by Molesky, and the first pitch. Swinging on a chopper right away to short, picked up by McKeithen. Over to his left, couple steps, nice throw to first, and we'll get it for out number 1. Not a bad start for the Grizzlies' ace, Vince Molesky, in his first start since the All-Star break. First game for the Grizzlies since the All-Star break. Molesky getting Pitcher of the Week honors last week in the Frontier League. 8 innings pitched against the Washington Wild Things. Right by his hometown of Montoursville, Pennsylvania. There's a full windup. And the first pitch to John Schultz. Pregame on the outside corner, falls in for strike 1. Schultz thus far is 0 for 1. Flew out to right field back in the second inning. 3 hits given up by Molesky thus far, just 1 run on the sac fly by Josh Allen back in the third. There's a high fly ball to right field. Blake Brown will have about 5 steps over to the first base line. Makes the catch for out number 2. Not a bad start. 2 up, 2 down now for the Evansville Otters here in the top of the fourth inning. And that now will bring up Jeff Gardner, the DH. Gardner, a .272 hitter. He's played 46 games this season, 43 hits, 158 at-bats. Has 13 homers, 41 RBIs. You heard Nate mention it earlier, won the 2017 Frontier League Home Run Derby just a few short days ago. First pitch in the outside corner, fastball in there for strike 1. Grizzlies will have the top of the order. Matt Hearn, Dan Holston, Blake Brown due up. Got to get something going. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball low and away for ball 1. Grizzlies have a 3-game series here against Evansville before they head back on the road against Joliet and Schaumburg. So not too much of a break until they head back to Joliet. 1-1 pitch, nice changeup in the inside corner will be taken for strike 2. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Grizzlies then have a 6-game homestand beginning on July 25th through the 30th. The last 6-game homestand of this 2017 season, the 1-2. Fastball in the outside corner, a little high that time, taken for ball 2. Righty versus lefty. Gardner from Louisville, Kentucky. Joined the Otters midway through the 2016 season after spending time in the Washington Nationals organization. There's a full windup and a 2-2 offering. Swinging a high fly ball on the right field line, will drift just foul. That one went over the big wall. Again, you go to the small wall in right field, 15 feet up, the berm, then the big wall in right. And went over that wall, but well foul, so lucky break right there for Vince Molesky. Gardner got all of that one. It'll be 2-2 with 2 outs. Full windup by the Grizzlies ace and the 2-2 offering. Way inside low, and the breaking ball makes it a full count with 2 outs. Gardner went 0 for 2 in the All-Star game. 2 walks and 1 strikeout. Batted 4 times, also had 2 stolen bases. There's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Vince Molesky picking up his 4th strikeout now of the night. We move into the home half of the 4th. We'll be right back. This is Gateway Grizzlies Baseball, and this is the Gateway Grizzlies Media Network.
A Budweiser, a burger, and Thomas Rhett.
When you wake up in a different city every day, there's a comfort in being able to count on something familiar. And for me, that's a Budweiser and a burger. Los Angeles, Chicago, El Paso, big or small, loud or quiet, a Bud and a burger remind me who I am and to keep doing my thing. They take me back home. The best way to get my friends and family over to my house is to tell them that I'm about to grill some burgers and drink some Bud. Nothing fancy, nothing forced, no lights, no noise, no backstage pass required. That's a Budweiser and a burger. Cheers. This Bud's for you.
Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
GCS Credit Union offers Kasasa Cash Back, a free checking account that gives you cash back on all of your debit card purchases, not just on gas or groceries or restaurants. There are no points and no category restrictions, just pure cash back. You also get ATM fee refunds nationwide, and there is no minimum balance required to earn rewards. None of that, you must have $5,000 in the account to qualify business. Qualifications and rules apply. See financial institution for details. Member NCUA insured.
You're listening to Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network.
One to nothing Evansville. We move into the home half of the 4th inning. Welcome back inside GCS Credit Union Ballpark here in Sauget, Illinois. TJ Weber with you on the broadcast, live on the Grizzlies Media Network. Grizzlies will have the top of the order. Matt Hearn, Dan Holst, and Blake Brown trying to get something started. Thus far, Evansville starter Felix Baez has gone 3 scoreless and hitless innings thus far. Vince Molesky has also had a good outing, but has been overshadowed thus far by Baez. It's 1-0 Evansville, but still anybody's ball game. Here's Matt Hearn, the lefty. Molesky got it that last inning with a strikeout of Jeff Gardner. Of course, all Grizzlies strikeouts brought to you by Julie. Know what's below before you dig? Always call Julie at 811 or visit IllinoisOneCall.com. So here's Matt Hearn, righty versus lefty. And the first pitch. Fastball on the outside corner will fall in for strike 1. Hearn, a .285 batting average coming into tonight's game. No homers, 15 RBIs. Has made a home now in the leadoff spot recently. There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Big hack on the fastball on the outside corner. Nice pitch that time by Baez. It's now 0-2, nobody out. Hearn's 0 for 1 thus far, as is every Grizzlies batter right now in the lineup. Looking for that first hit. Here's the 0-2. Swinging a high fly ball will go down the left field line, foul into the long section down by the kid zone here at GCS Ballpark. Keeps it at 0-2. Let you know we're always brought to you by Budweiser. As a reminder from Budweiser, designate a driver and enjoy the great times. 2 count, nobody out. Full windup by Baez, working from the third base side of the rubber. And here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, take it, strike 3. So too close to take that time if you're Matt Hearn. He watches the fastball on the outside corner. Now 4 strikeouts, make it 5 strikeouts on the night for Baez. 1 up, 1 down for the Grizzlies in the home half of the 4th. So here's the left fielder, Dan Holst, 0 for 1 thus far. Ground out to short back in the first. One of 3 lefties in this Grizzlies lineup today. Here's the first pitch. Fastball long away. Looked like it actually hit the shin guard that time of home plate umpire Tom Swoboda. Shakes it off a bit. Gets it back to the catcher, Phillips. It's a 1-0 count, 1 out. Full windup and the 1-0 delivery. Breaking ball on the inside corner. Nice slider that time. Will be just inside for ball 2. Dan from Southeast Missouri State University. His first season with the Grizzlies. 2-0. Fastball on the outside corner will be in there for strike 1. Holst, a 167 hitter coming into tonight. 1 double, 8 hits thus far, 2-1. Swinging a chopper now over the head this time of Baez, picked up at second by Allen. Can't get the throw off though. And that'll be an infield single, and the first hit of the Grizzlies' night comes from Dan Holst. It's now 1-on-1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So getting the good news is you have Vince Molesky on your side, pitching a good game so far, so a shot in the gap here could score Holst and possibly tie the game. And one over the wall this time could give you the first lead of the game. Here's Blake Brown, the man that could do that. 10 homers, 40 RBIs. Here's the first pitch. That's ball high and away for ball 1. Brown was definitely the MVP of the Grizzlies' first half. .302 batting average coming into tonight. Now .309. As Nate mentioned, though, has not hit a home run in 3 weeks. There's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball high and inside for ball 2. Blake is in his 3rd season with the Grizzlies. Also on top of the team rankings and walks. Very disciplined at the plate. Here's the 2-0. Fastball on away for ball 3. Terry McClure, the right fielder, sits on deck. So far 0 for 1 with a fly out. Seen him hit in some clutch situations thus far this season. 3-0 pitch. Taken all away is Brown, and he'll take a fastball way outside. There's 4 straight balls, and now it's 2-on-1 out. So we have yet to see any action from either bullpen, but Baez now allows 2 straight base runners after having 3 without any base runners. Had even a perfect game going through 3 innings. Now it's 2-on-1 out. Quick meeting by Allen, his second baseman, talking to Baez. Now here's Terry McClure with 2 on and 1 out. An opportunity here to bust this one open, possibly with a shot in the gap. Righty versus righty. Baez from the stretch, third base side of the rubber. Pretty good leadoff second by Dan Holst. Being held just a bit. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Nice swing by McClure. Will go up in the seats to the right. There the press box. Goes down the awning here into section 111. Now it's an 0-1 count, 1 out. Quick look at second. And the 0-1 pitch. Bringing ball on inside. Nice block by Phillips. That one could have gone back to the backstop. Holst was ready to run. Instead, it's just going to be ball 1. 1-1 count, 1 out. Terry was 1 for 9 last series with 2 RBIs. Has a 1-game hitless streak. There's a 1-1 pitch. Bringing ball low and inside. Will be called ball 2. Terry was selected by the Colorado Rockies in the 8th round of the 2013 Major League Baseball draft. Hit .209, had 2 homers and 28 RBIs in Rockies A club. Also had 16 stolen bases. 2-1 offering. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball on the outside corner. McClure swung right through that, completely fooled, and now it's evened up at 2-2. We all know Terry and his heroics hit a 3-run walk-off home run to beat Traverse City in 11 innings on June 17th. It was an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Fastball inside high for ball 3. Grizzlies were down in that one, just needed a base hit to tie it up, one in the gap to win it. McClure just said, I can take care of that, no problem, and put it over the left center field wall. Probably the best, if not one of the best, offensive showdowns from the Grizzlies this season. 15-13 victory over Traverse City. Here's a 3-2 pitch, going to be fought off this time down the first base line. Drifts foul. Right by the Grizzlies bullpen. Keep it at 3-2, 1 out. Jack Granick, the first baseman, will sit on deck. Granick is 0 for 1. Flew out to left field back in the 2nd inning. 2 on, 1 out. Full count. Righty versus righty. Baez from the stretch. Quick look at Holst at second. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, nice swing that time by McClure. Will put it back to the netting. Barely fought that one off. Keep it at 3-2. Want to let you know you're always welcome to get involved with the broadcast by tweeting us at Gateway Grizzly, at Gateway Grizzly on Twitter. Also tweet at myself, TJ Weber _. Let us know where you're listening from tonight on this beautiful night for baseball on Friday here in Sauget, Illinois. 3-2 pitch. Swing another one will go foul right behind the Grizzlies' dugout. Claire continues to fight here. Once again, keep it at 3-2. Full count, one out. Brown on first, Holst on second. Jack Hranek sitting on deck. And the payoff pitch. Fastball blown away, ball 4. Just like that, it's bases loaded for the Grizzlies with one out here in the home half of the 4th inning. 3 straight Grizzlies batters have reached. After the first 10 of the game were retired. It was a strikeout by Heron here in the bottom half of the 4th to lead off. Single by Holst, and a walk by Brown, and a walk by McClure. It's bases loaded, one out, and here's Jack Hranek, the first baseman. First pitch. Fastball just outside, gets the corner for strike 1. Here's a tweet. Kane, Frank Roberts, Tony and Becca listening in live along Interstate 10 near Tallahassee, Florida, on their way to the beach in Treasure Island, Florida. Sounding good, coming in loud and clear. Go Grizzlies. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball high and away. A big hack right there by Hranek. Swung right out of his shoes. It's now 0-2. Thank you to K, Frank, Tony, and Becca. Should be a fun time down there in Tallahassee. Or I guess you could say Treasure Island. I've been down there a few times. A safe trip. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. High and outside. It was a tip ball, but back in the glove of Phillips. So 3 straight fastballs now will put Jack Hranek down for strike, making out number 2. Now a big spot for both Joel McKeithen and the Otters starter Felix Baez. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Here's the righty McKeithen. First pitch. Breaking ball, a high fly ball heading out towards left field in the gap. Will fall in for a base hit. Here comes Holst. Brown rounds third. He's headed for home. Terry McClure with great speed. He's going to be running around third. He'll get in easily without a throw. A 3 RBI double by Joel McKeithen puts the Grizzlies up 3-1 here in the home half of the 4th. RBIs 7, 8, 9 for Joel McKeithen. Grizzlies bust this one open 3-1 here in the home half of the 4th. Just 2 hits thus far, but both those hits coming in this inning. Now 4 batters have reached base for the Grizzlies. As I mentioned, after the first 10 in the game, did not reach. Here's the first pitch to Brian Lees, Grizzlies catcher. Breaking ball blown away, blocked by Phillips for ball 1. How about Joel McKeithen, the 6-hole hitter in this one? Now 1 for 2 with a 3 RBI double and a strikeout swinging back in the 2nd. The 1-0 pitch. Swinging a high fly pop-up down the first baseline. Will drift out of play. Over there by section 106. Bounces off a couple seats. One man in a blue shirt makes a nice catch. High fly from his buddy. How about that? So it's a 1-1 count, 2 outs. Grizzlies lead 3-1 now after a 3 RBI double by Joel McKeithen. 3 hits for the Otters, 2 for Gateway. Lee's trying to get his 3rd RBI this season. Base hit could do it. From the stretch, here's Baez. Third base side of the rubber, the 1-1. Fastball will be fought off that time. On the inside, jammed him. Was back behind the Grizzlies dugout out of GCS Ballpark. 1-2 count, 2 outs. Game 1 of 3 in this series against the Evansville Otters. First time we've seen Evansville here at GCS this season. There's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. A huge hack on the fastball high and inside will end the inning. Grizzlies will strand 1, but they get 3 runs off a 3 RBI double. by the shortstop, Joel McKeithen. They lead 3-1 going to the top of the 5th inning. Take a quick break. We'll come right back here on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. A little design that expresses something fun and unique. Pepsi has literally hundreds of different ones. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this.
Ooh.
So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi. And tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Because every Pepsi emoji says something a little different about you. Whether you're a big sports fan, you're into the arts, love summer fun, music concerts, or just walking your dog, Pepsi has you covered with a Pepsi emoji that says it just the right way. Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
Hi, this is Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk. Make your plans today to visit Cooperstown and the Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum.
There it goes, a long drive. If it stays fair, home run.
Reconnect with your memories of the game and make new memories with your family. Check out baseballhall.org today for more information.
Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there, Joe.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum, preserving history, honoring excellence, and connecting generations.
Now back to the ballpark on the Grizzlies Media Network.
3-1 Grizzlies. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Welcome back inside GCS Credit Union Ballpark here in Sauget, Illinois on the Grizzlies Media Network. And Smoleski goes back to work. First against Chris Sweeney, the center fielder. Breaking ball alone inside, taking for ball 1. Sweeney is 1 for 1. 1 of 3 hits for Evansville. He singled back in the 2nd inning, but was stranded there. 3 flyouts in that inning as well for Evansville. 1-0, swing and a miss. Breaking ball on the outside corner, evens it up at 1-1. Again, you're always welcome to get involved by tweeting us at GatewayGrizzly, at GatewayGrizzly on Twitter. There's a nice message. The Herbert family is watching the game from Frederick, Maryland. Go Grizzlies. There's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball inside and low, taken for ball 2. Thank you, Caitlin, for tweeting us. And anybody's welcome to get involved on the broadcast at GatewayGrizzly, at GatewayGrizzly on Twitter. Lesky working from the full windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fastball on the outside corner will just paint the corner. 2-2, nobody out. 7, 8, 9 will be due up for Evansville. Sweeney, who's at the plate. Chris Rio Pedre and Nick Walker. There's a 2-2 pitch. Swinging a chopper now off the foot. Look out of Sweeney. Be hopping around right there. That's got to hurt. Kind of walk this one off. Stay at 2-2, nobody out. Quick mound visit now by Brian Lees to Vince Molesky. Give us an opportunity to let you know we're brought to you by GCS Credit Union. GCS Credit Union will make your kids into rockstar savers. Just $5 opens a savings account, and all GCS youth clubs are free. Visit mygcscu.com for details. Also brought to you by the Grizzlies Baseball Academy, where tomorrow's stars train today, and by Budweiser. As a reminder from Budweiser, designate a driver and enjoy the great times. Grizzlies have, as we mentioned, 2 more games against these Evansville Riders, and we'll be back on the road for 6 games, including 3 against Joliet after a day off on Monday, and a Friday, Saturday, Sunday series in Schaumburg against the Boomers. 2-2 count, nobody out to Chris Sweeney. Here's the pitch. Nice breaking ball, low and away that time. Sweeney does not fall for it. Now makes it full count, nobody out. Not too much wind out there in right center. Flag is barely whipping out to center field. 3-2 pitch. High fly ball to left center field will lace in and be in there for a hit right out of the glove of Terry McClure. Rounding first now, headed for second is Chris Sweeney. He'll stand up with a leadoff double here in the top of the 5th. So So Sweeney's 2 for 2, doubled and singled thus far. Now it's a runner on second, nobody out. Here's Chris Rio Pedre. Evansville shortstop, flew out to right field back in the second inning. Runner on second, nobody out. Rio Pedre digs in the first pitch. Fastball on the inside corner will be called strike one. Lesky the long look. Guy who can really eat up some innings for Gateway, has all season long. Already through 4 in this one, the 0-1. Breaking ball now, a chopper to short. Tough play. Keithan takes it. Nice throw over to first, picked up by Grizzlies first baseman Jack Granick. Now it's going to be 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. Runner still stays on second, and that'll bring up Nick Walker, the 9th place hitter. So here's Walker. He's 1 for 1. Doubled back in the 3rd. Eventually came around to score the only run of the game for Evansville. Sack fly by Josh Allen back in the 3rd. It was also the first run of the ball game. Here's the first pitch. Fastball high and inside, taken for ball 1. One on, 1 out. Quick check at second. The 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball inside will be just a bit high for ball 2. Lesky wanting that call, and really can't blame him. Right there on the inside corner, but maybe just about 3 or 4 inches high. 2-0 count, 1 out. Hearn now holding at second, the 2-0. A high fly ball headed out towards center field. Charging in now is Terry McClure. Calls off the shortstop Joel McKeithen and makes the catch for out number 2. So good work so far by Molesky. Leadoff double by Chris Sweeney, and all of a sudden now it's a ground out and fly out. So 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning, and that'll bring up the top of the order with Brandon Sote, the right fielder. Sote's 0 for 2. Strikeout and fly out thus far. That's from the left-hand side of the plate. First pitch, swinging and breaking ball will completely fool him. 0-1 count, 2 outs. Grizzlies will have 8-9-1 due up. Rogers, Livesey, and Matt Hearn. They lead 3-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 0-1 pitch. Swinging a little blooper to left field, but right at the left fielder, Holst makes the one-handed catch for out number 3, and the inning is over. The Grizzlies will give up 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and 1 left on base. Leadoff double by Chris Sweeney. Then 1-2-3 goes Evansville to move to the bottom half of the 5th. Grizzlies lead 3-1 here in the Grizzlies Media Network.
At ServPro, no home is too big and no question is too small. So when fire or water damage strikes your home or business, call on the cleanup team the insurance industry has trusted for more than 40 years at 1-800-ServPro and ServPro.com. That's where you'll find a team of specialists that's faster to any size disaster. So when the things matter most are on the line, make sure we are too by calling 1-800-ServPro or visiting ServPro.com, helping make fire and water damage like it never happened. Franchises are independently owned and operated.
The renovators know where to put a wall, a window, a room. Most importantly, the renovators know what they want, and that's the most admirable skill of all.
A home equity line of credit from U.S. Bank could help make your house the home you've always wanted. Visit a U.S. Bank branch, usbank.com/dreambig, or call 800-209-BANK. U.S. Bank, the power of possible. Some restrictions may apply, subject to credit approval. Mortgage and home equity products offered by U.S. Bank National Association, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The Grizzlies Baseball Academy at GCS Ballpark is where tomorrow's stars train today. We specialize in professional baseball instruction and offer group, semi-private, and private lessons taught by experienced instructors and the most realistic hitting experience you'll find, the ProBatter PX2. The ProBatter PX2 features a multi-pitch machine with synchronized video display to simulate live Major League quality pitching. To schedule your lesson, call 618-781-8170 or visit GrizzliesBaseballAcademy.com. That's 618-781-8170 or GrizzliesBaseballAcademy.com.
You're listening to Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network.
3-1 Grizzlies. We move to the home half of the fifth inning. Welcome back inside GCS Credit Union Ballpark from Sauget, Illinois. TJ Weber with you on the Grizzlies Media Network. Gateway will have 8-9 and 1 due up here in the home half of the fifth. They lead 3-1 after a big 3 RBI double by Joel McKeith in the shortstop back in the fourth inning. Grizzlies were shut out and even hitless through the first 3 innings. But made Evansville pay in the fourth. They lead 3-1. Still on the mound, though, will be Felix Baez. First pitch in the outside corner will tail away for ball 1. As always, you're welcome to get involved with the broadcast by tweeting us at Gateway Grizzly on Twitter. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball way outside and low for ball 2. There's a tweet from OB7. Mama Hearn listening from Cali. Go Grizzlies. Thank you, Mama Hearn. Full windup by Baez and the 2-0 delivery. Fastball, little nubber, will go down the first base line. Just wrist foul. 2-1 count, nobody out. Also getting a tweet from Marie Molesky. She says, listening from Manahawkin, New Jersey. You can do this, Gateway. Make it 5 in a row. Thank you, Marie, for your tweet. We appreciate it. Thanks for listening on the Grizzlies Media Network. Righty versus righty. There's a 2-1 pitch to Evan Rogers. Fastball high and away will be in there for strike 2. Evan batting .237. Was 2 for 11 last series, but did have 3 runs and 4 RBIs. There's a 2-2. Fastball inside and high for ball 3. Rogers with 9 doubles this season, 3 homers, 17 RBIs. Has also forced 31 walks. Gets on base a lot. Here's the payoff pitch. Swinging a foul back to the netting, almost caught by Livesey on deck. As it bounced down into the Grizzlies' dugout. Keep it at 3-2, nobody out. Cody Livesey sits on deck, as we mentioned. Normally the left fielder, but DH tonight. It's payoff pitch. Breaking ball, a high fly ball, skied to right field. Coming in now is Sote. 2 steps in to his left. Makes the one-handed catch for out number 1. So here's Livesey, one of 4 lefties in this Grizzlies lineup tonight. Digs in, shoulder up and down on his back shoulder. Or bat, I should say, up and down on his back shoulder. Takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Baez wasting no time. Kick in the fire. Fastball high and away for ball 1. 1-1 count, 1 out. Bottom 5, 3-1 Grizzlies. Being out-hit 4-2 thus far, but Vince Molesky and his defense doing their job. There's the 1-1. Squares up on a pop-up down the third base line. Will drop fair. Now quickly will bounce foul. Not a bad idea right there by Nick Walker. No matter what, really not the greatest thing in the world to pop a bunt up for Cody Livesey. A lot of speed. Luckily it got down, but had a lot of spin on it. That'd be 1-2, 1 out. Cody, a .286 hitter. He's played 38 games. Recently has been dealing with a little bit of a hip flexor injury. In and out of the lineup. 1-2. Fastball high and away for ball 2. 40 hits and 140 at-bats. 1 double, 1 triple, 8 RBIs. He's walked 29 times. Batting in the 9th place tonight, but we've seen him in the leadoff spot a lot this season. There's a 2-2 pitch, a high fly ball at the left field. Drift down, now dies down a bit. Schultz into his left, makes a one-handed catch for out number 2. So back to the top of the order, here's Matt Hearn. The rookie 2 from San Jose, California. His first season with the Grizzlies uniform. Has been one of the hottest hitters for the Grizzlies in the first half of the season. Here's the first pitch. Swinging a hot shot to left, make it to left field over the shortstop's glove that time. Rio Pedre tried to grab it. Hearn with great speed cannot get to second. Good play in center by Sweeney. Gets it in, but a 2-out single by Matt Hearn. Grizzlies now with 3 hits. First hit by Hearn in this ball game. He's 1 for 3. Another reason why that's such a big hit now makes it 14 straight games that Matt Hearn has had a hit. A team-high hitting streak with 14. He was 6 for 14 last series with 2 runs and 2 walks. He leads off first. There he goes right away. First movement. There's a throw. Good one. Tag is there. Now the ball's in and out of the glove, and Hearn's safe. So Matt Hearn with great speed will get to second base. Stolen base number 13 of 2017. And as a team high, runner on second, 2 outs. Dan Holtz an opportunity. Base hit could score the speedy Hurst. Grizzlies could extend their lead. They lead by 2 at the moment, 3-1 here in the home half of the 5th. There's the 0-1 pitch to Holst. Swinging a chopper down the first baseline, foul. Makes it 0-2. Dan hit .375 with 10 homers and 55 RBIs with Southeast Missouri State University last season. In his senior year. There's the 0-2. Swinging a high fly ball headed towards the left center field gap. It will fall in for a base hit. Here comes Matt Hearn scoring easily. Going to second now is Dan Holst. He'll get in without a throw. A 2-out double will bring in Matt Hearn, and the Grizzlies lead 4-1 here in the home half of the 5th. So Dan will pick up RBI number 3 of 2017. He's now 2 for 3 on the night. A single, a double, and a ground out. That'll bring up Blake Brown. Grizzlies getting something started with 2 outs. They lead 4-1, have scored all 4 runs in the past 2 innings. Now here's Blake Brown. Thus far, he's 0 for 1. Struck out looking back in the first. Walked back in the 4th. There's the pitch. Breaking ball low and away will be called ball 1. Blake was one of the 3 All-Stars for the Grizzlies to head to Joliet this past week. He was 2 for 4 in the All-Star game, including a leadoff double. There's the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swing and a miss. But everything he had in that swing, he gets a hold of that. I don't think it's coming back. 1-1 count, 2 outs. 4 hits apiece for both clubs. 4-1 Grizzlies. Quick check on Holst at second, the 1-1. Check swing in the outside corner. They say he did go. 1-2, 2 outs. Terry McClure sits on deck. He walked back in the 4th. One of the 3 runs to score, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, a high fly pop-up. Heads out towards short. Calling it now is Rio Pedre. Makes the catch for round number 3, and the inning is over. But not before the Grizzlies get 1 run off 2 hits. No errors for the Evansville Otters. And 1 man left on base. Grizzlies lead 4-1. We move to the top half of the 6th inning. We'll be right back. This is Gateway Grizzlies Baseball, and this is the Gateway Grizzlies Media Network.
A Budweiser, a burger, and Thomas Rhett.
When you wake up in a different city every day, there's a comfort in being able to count on something familiar. And for me, that's a Budweiser and a burger. Los Angeles, Chicago, El Paso, big or small, loud or quiet, a Bud and a burger remind me who I am and to keep doing my thing. They take me back home. The best way to get my friends and family over to my house is to tell them that I'm about to grill some burgers and drink some Bud. Nothing fancy, nothing forced. No lights, no noise, no backstage pass required. That's a Budweiser and a burger. Cheers. This Bud's for you.
Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
GCS Credit Union offers Kasasa Cash Back, a free checking account that gives you cash back on all of your debit card purchases, not just on gas or groceries or restaurants. There are no points and no category restrictions, just pure cash back. You also get ATM fee refunds nationwide, and there is no minimum balance required to earn rewards. None of that, you must have $5,000 in the account to qualify business. Qualifications and rules apply. See financial institution for details. Member NCUA insured.
You're listening to Gateway Grizzlies Baseball on the Grizzlies Media Network.
Welcome back inside GCS Credit Union Ballpark. TJ Weber with you on the broadcast on the Grizzlies Media Network. First pitch to Josh Allen, swinging a miss on the outside corner. We strike one. Vince Molesky still on the mound for the Gateway Grizzlies. They lead 4-1 here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swinging a high fly ball headed down the right field line. Blake Brown into his left. A few steps. Makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 up and 1 down for the Evansville Otters here in the 6th inning. That'll bring up Dane Phillips, the catcher. Grizzlies have scored all 4 runs in this ball game with 2 outs. First, a 3 RBI double by Joel McKeithen back in the 4th inning. Then an RBI single by Dan Holst back in the 5th. Phillips digs in. He's 0 for 1. Walked back in the 1st. Ground out to 2nd back in the 3rd. Full windup by Molesky and the first pitch. Big ball low and away will fall in for strike 1. Grizzlies trying to win their 5th straight. So far, their longest winning streak of 2017. Trying to start the second half of the season on a high note. There's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and Phillips swung right out of his shoes that time. Like he slipped on the turf a bit. It's now 0-2, 1 out. Alejandro Segovia, first baseman, will sit on deck for the Otters. Molesky, full windup. Here's the 0-2 offering. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 3 straight pitches now will send down Dane Phillips. 2 up, 2 down now for the Evansville Otters here in the top of the 6th inning. That'll bring up Alejandro Segovia. Grizzly strikeout always brought to you by Julie. Don't miss the big game as a result of striking a utility line. Call Julie at 811 before you dig. It's smart, it's free, it's the law. Here's Segovia, 0 for 2 thus far. 2 groundouts, including a groundout to a 6-4-3 double play back in the 1st. First pitch is a fastball in the inside corner, will be called strike 1. Molesky. Socks pulled up to his knees. Navy blue socks. The 0-1 pitch. Swinging a chopper down the third baseline, foul. Off the retaining wall. Now we'll go into the Otters bullpen. 0-2, 2 outs. Terry McClure, Jack Hrenik, and Joel McKeith will be due up here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Trying to extend this 3-run lead so far for Gateway. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball high and away for ball 1. Molesky looking for his 3rd win of 2017. And his 2nd straight quality start. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball low and away. Waste pitch. Evens it up in 2-2. Vince, 8 innings pitched. No runs, 2 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts in the 2-1 victory. Still got the no decision. 2-2 pitch. Fastball in there. Just close that time, but called ball 3. Segovia watched it, froze for a second. Tom Swoboda, the home plate umpire, did not agree with a couple Grizzlies fans. Now it's a full count, 2 outs. Molesky kicks, and 3-2. Bring the ball high and inside for ball 4. That is only the 2nd walk given up by Molesky in the ball game. Comes with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. That'll bring up John Schultz, the left fielder. Schultz bats from the left-hand side of the plate. One of 4 lefties in the Siders lineup. Runner on first, 2 outs. Here's the first pitch. Fastball low and inside. Blocked this time by Brian Lees. It's 1-0. Schultz is 0 for 2. Flew out to right field back in the second and the fourth innings. Molesky from the stretch. Third base side of the rubber, the 1-0. Fastball high and away, in there for strike 1. Grizzlies will have the righty Will Landschaft going tomorrow night, 7:05 p.m. first pitch, and then Will Anderson, the righty, on Sunday. First pitch is set for 6:05 p.m. There's a 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Nice breaking ball in the outside corner. Dropped right off the shelf that time. 1-2, 2 outs. Schultz digs back in. Runner on first is Segovia. About a 3-step lead. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a little nubber over the head this time of Evan Rogers into left field for a base hit. What a break that time by John Schultz. Good job of kind of fighting it off, but went off the inside of his bat. Kind of flew oddly over the head of Evan Rogers. No chance that time. 2-out single. Now makes it first and second with 2 outs. That'll bring up Jeff Gardner, but first Richard Barrett, the Grizzlies pitching coach, will have a quick word with Vince Molesky. At the moment, there is no action in the Grizzlies bullpen, but we do see Kyle Urich walking a bit down to the bullpen, getting some warm-up tosses, I'm sure. I'll let you know, we're brought to you by GCS Credit Union. Looking for a great rate on your next auto loan or wanting to refinance your current loan? Well, check out GCS Credit Union. Visit mygcscu.com for details. Also brought to you by Budweiser. As a reminder from Budweiser, designate a driver and enjoy the great times. And by the Grizzlies Baseball Academy, where tomorrow's stars train today. Grizzlies will hope to continue this success through the rest of this ball game. Still 4 innings of play here at GCS tonight. Molesky most likely will go through the rest of this inning. Could see him go all the way to 7. He's done it many times before. One of those guys that you can always look to at least go 5 innings. Anything below 5 really is a letdown for Molesky. He'd tell that to you himself as well. But here's Gardner, digs in, righty versus lefty, and the first pitch. Fastball a number. Look out, Vince Molesky right up the middle now. Staying at third base will be Segovia.